Everyone is excited about Anthropic's Claude Fable 5 and Mythos 5 release. I even did a video recently here. But there's a lot of confusion and honestly a bit of frustration around people who are finding it not giving better results than Claude Opus 4.8. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use Claude Fable 5 the right way. So Anthropic just released an entire best practices guide today, and we are going to walk through 5 of the most important patterns that you need to know in order to use this model really well. And I'm going to show you these with some examples so you have exact idea of how to use this. So here's the core thing. You need to understand that Fable 5 is not a faster, smarter version of Opus 4.8 that you can just drop into your existing setup. It's a different kind of model altogether. Now, think about the difference between a task like summarize this paragraph for me versus audit our entire code base, find all the places that we are leaking API keys, fix them, write tests for each fix, and open a PR with a proper description. Now, Opus 4.8 was built for the first kind, and Fable 5 is built for this second long task. That means it behaves differently by default. It thinks longer, it gathers more context before it starts acting. It's just more thorough. And if you're pointing it to simple tasks with prompts that are written for Opus 4.8, then you're going to see it overplan, over-explain, and take just longer than you want or think. You asked it to rename a variable, and it all of a sudden started refactoring your entire module. Now, there are 5 key patterns that make the difference between Fable 5 feeling like it has broken everything compared to 4.8. So let's go demystify that now. So number 1 is the most important cheat code. So make sure you stick around for that. We're going to start from number 5, which is refactoring your existing prompts and scaffolding. So this one surprises a lot of people. Now, prompt patterns written for Opus 4.8 are often too prescriptive for Fable 5, and they actively degrade the output quality. So this is important to understand. Currently, the instinct when something is not working is to just add more instructions to your prompt. With Fable 5, the fix actually is the opposite. It's to remove a lot of instructions. So let me show you this exactly in a demo. So here we have a bloated prompt, and here we have a correct way of prompting Fable 5, which is less detailed. So we are asking it to write a Python function that picks a random SpongeBob character code from a hard-coded list of 5 codes and then print that code with today's date. It does better with a lean prompt, clean, tight output, no extras, but it does not that good with a long list of instructions. And even if it did, it's just useless. Right? Now, number 4 is using parallel sub-agents and build for async. So Fable 5 dispatches parallel sub-agents more easily than any prior Claude model. So the pattern here is you delegate independent subtasks simultaneously and keep working while they run. So don't wait for one to finish before starting the next one. Long-lived sub-agents that keep their context across subtasks and also saves time and cost through cached reads. So let me show you this in a real world, very important debate. Do we need pineapple on our pizzas? Well, I am going to admit that I love pineapple on my pizza. If you are with me, drop a pineapple emoji in the comments. I am your girl. Now that we have that out of the way, let's see what Claude Fable comes back with. So here we have 2 sub-agents making the strongest possible case for and against pineapple on pizza, and the task is to settle the debate by synthesizing the result of the 2 sub-agents. So the key instruction for production is delegate independent subtasks to sub-agents and keep working while they run. Intervene if a sub-agent goes off track or is missing relevant context. That one sentence is all the guidance that Fable 5 needs. So make sure you add that. And really, we don't care what Claude Fable 5 comes back with for this answer because we love pineapple on our pizza. Now, number 3 is give Fable 5 a memory system. Now, Fable 5 has no memory between conversations by default, but it performs significantly better when you give it one. And the implementation is as simple as just a text file. So let me show you what this looks like across two different conversations that I gave it examples for. Now, in first conversation, I'm asking for a 5-song Bollywood playlist for a long drive. And we have a playlist here, but actually, I only want songs from the 90s golden era of Bollywood, nothing after 2000. So I'm asking it to please redo that list, write the lessons down in a format to copy paste into a memory file for our next conversation. Now, it shows the songs and saves the preferences in memory. And here's the lesson. User only wants Bollywood songs from the 90s golden era, pre-2000s. So now if we start a new session and ask it to be, you're a Bollywood music curator, before doing anything, read and apply your memory notes below. And there we go. It knows and remembers. It only took one session to set up that memory, and every future run benefits from everything that the model has already learned about how you work. Number 2 here is use effort levels correctly. Now, this is the most important dial in my mind because it is directly related to money and how much you're going to pay. So do not ignore this. Now, effort is the primary control for trading off intelligence, latency, and cost on Fable 5. There are 4 levels: low, medium, high, and extra high. Now, high is your default for most tasks. Extra high for your most capability intensive work, and medium and low for routine tasks and fast back and forth. Now, here's what surprises people. Even at medium, Fable 5 frequently outperforms Opus 4.8 at extra high. So stop defaulting everything to maximum. It costs you more and takes longer than you need. With medium effort, let's try one example. Write a 3-sentence villain origin story for Dr. Crumble, who is a world-class pastry chef who turned evil after the legendary croissant was snubbed at the World Baking Championship. Make it dramatic and slightly ridiculous. And note how quickly the response arrives. And it's good, it's decent. Now, with extra high effort and same prompt, note the longer generation time. The response is richer, more layered, and more specific and more dramatic, but I don't know if I need that. One more thing on effort. At higher settings, Fable 5 can start to over-engineer things. Very simple tasks, adding abstractions, cleaning up surrounding code, handling edge cases that nobody asked it to do. One instruction that stops this is do the simplest thing that works well. Don't add anything beyond what the task requires. And adding this can stop it from overthinking. All right, so finally, we are on number 1, the pattern that makes everything else work. Fable 5's instruction following is strong enough that one well-planned sentence replaces an entire block of prompt engineering. Here's what I mean. This is the biggest difference between Fable 5 and Opus 4.8. In Opus, we were adding more and more and more instructions if something did not work, and it helped. Fable 5 fights against all of that. So the mental model with Fable 5 is that you stop writing rules and you start setting intent. Fable 5 will figure out the behaviors that serve that intent. So let me show you this with a side-by-side example that makes it completely obvious to understand. So we have 2 prompts here to Fable to plan the same party, that we have much more detailed instruction in one and very less to-the-point instructions in the other. It leads to something personal when we have not provided too many instructions and details. That's the theme of this entire video and Fable 5. Describe the standard that you want, not the exhaustive list of behaviors. Give the reason behind the request, not just the request itself. Context lets Fable 5 connect the task to what actually matters rather than inferring it blind. So give it the right kind of context. So lesson here is, for Fable, don't make your prompts unnecessarily loaded with instructions. Give it the right context. If you want to get into the details, link is in the description. And if this was useful, subscribe. I cover AI engineering and cloud topics every week. And in the meantime, watch my latest video on how I used Claude Fable 5 to build something really cool here. And see you in the next one. Bye!